Coming up, new resource officers are on the way to help Valdosta City Schools.
And a person is robbed at an ATM on the VSU campus. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Joanne Ewell.
And I'm Ariane Griffin. In news today, additional security will be arriving for elementary students in Valdosta. The Valdosta City Schools will receive 3 more resource officers after the approval from Valdosta City Hall. The Valdosta Police Department will hire the additional officers to work for the schools that currently do not have an assigned officer. In the past, there have not been enough officers to go around, but this initiative will allow each school in the district to have a greater protection over students, teachers, and faculty.
Safety is also a concern on the VSU campus, as VSU police are currently searching for an armed robber. News Valdosta's Dorian Baber brings us the latest. Dorian?
Thanks, Joanne. I'm standing on location where a local citizen fell victim to armed robbery. The Valdosta Police Department reported that the suspect was African-American male wearing a gray shirt and black jeans. Those who have any information on the robbery, feel free to contact the Valdosta Police Department. With News Valdosta, I'm Dorian Baber.
In Thomasville, a woman attempted to rob a local liquor store. After her failed attempt, the suspect successfully robbed a bank in Pavo. During her getaway, the suspect then drove off of Highway 188 into a body of water. The suspect was profiled as a black, heavyset female. She was pronounced dead at Archbold Medical Center Monday afternoon.
The price you pay at the pump has been pretty much holding steady over the past few days, but it could increase as we get closer to Memorial Day weekend. The cost of fuel has been fluctuating the past few months, but due to tensions overseas and the basic principles of supply and demand, the good news is that the U.S. output of crude oil rose last week. Therefore, pump prices will continue the yo-yo effect throughout May. Georgia's average of $3.44 for unleaded gasoline is up just 2 cents from last week.
The Lowndes County Board of Commissioners met yesterday in a planning meeting. The meeting only lasted about 15 minutes, but they completed several items on the agenda. Items included 2 appointments, a rezoning issue, 2 alcohol licenses for convenience stores, and a bid for a street repaving. Chairman Bill Slaughter was not in attendance due to illness. Commissioner Joyce Evans acted as chairman in his absence. The commissioner's regular meeting is at 5:30 tonight.
Coming up, Angelina Jolie takes a bold step to prevent cancer.
And Shelby Mitchell will have your weather forecast. Stay with us.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches, au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex? Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
When every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved, that moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. In business news, the 2013 Small Business Breakfast is being sponsored by Coopercraft Communications.
The organization will honor Senator Tim Golden and Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle with the 2013 Champions of Business Award. They were chosen to receive this award because of their support of Invest Georgia. The Invest Georgia Venture Capital Fund will receive seed money for small bioscience and technology companies in exchange for their commitment to remain in Georgia. The event will take place at the James Rainwater Conference Center one day from Thursday.
Angelina Jolie reveals that she had a preventive double mastectomy. The actress says she made the decision after learning she carries a gene that carries her risk for cancer. She talks about the entire process in a candid new op-ed for the New York Times. CNN's Nichelle Turner has the story.
Actress, activist, advocate, mother. Angelina Jolie is many things, and Tuesday, the actress added proactive survivor to the list. In an op-ed piece for the New York Times, the actress talked about her decision to undergo a preventative double mastectomy after testing positive for BRCA1, a gene that increases a woman's risk of certain cancers. Jolie writes, quote, "My doctors estimated that I had an 87% risk of breast cancer and a 50% risk of ovarian cancer.
You guys look awesome tonight, man."
The Oscar winner began her preventative process in February at the Pink Lotus Breast Center in Beverly Hills, where singer Sheryl Crow was treated for her breast cancer in 2006. Now, 9 weeks later, she says the final surgery has been completed and her breasts have been reconstructed with implants. Cancer is something Jolie knows only too well. Her mother, Marceline Bertrand, died 6 years ago after a decade-long battle with ovarian cancer. She was 56. Jolie talked about Bertrand in a 2011 60 Minutes interview.
She didn't have much of her own career, her own life, her own experiences, her own, everything was for her children. I will never be as good a mother as she was. I will try my best.
At 37, Jolie doesn't want the same legacy for her 6 children, writing, quote, "I can tell my children that they don't need to fear they will lose me to breast cancer." Jolie says she wrote the New York Times op-ed to tell other women that the decision to have a mastectomy was not easy, but it is one I am very happy that I made, adding she chose not to keep her story private to let other women know they have options if they too are high risk. It's a bold and public step from a woman who is well known for her privacy.
Georgia lawmakers have shut down a proposal that could heavily reduce Metro Atlanta's water supply. The proposed bill would have made it harder for many parts of North Georgia to use 2 federal reservoirs, including Lake Lanier, for drinking water. The bill was supported by many Florida and Alabama lawmakers who wanted a share of the water for their respective states. Florida and Alabama congressmen say that Atlanta is using more than its share of water, reducing the available amount for southern Alabama and northern Florida.
If you've stepped outside today, you've probably already noticed that it's getting a lot warmer this week. Shelby Mitchell is standing by with the weather.
Thanks, Joanne. Taking a look at your local weather, tonight we can expect a cool night with no chance of rain, reaching a temperature of 52 degrees. Winds are expected to be light and variable. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we will have a beautiful warm day, reaching a high of 87 degrees, mostly sunny. So make sure you get out and enjoy that sunshine. Make sure you have plenty of sunscreen because the UV index will be very high, reaching a 10. If you're planning to be outside for more than 15 minutes, make sure you reapply sunscreen or cover up because skin damage is possible during this UV index. The pollen forecast for tomorrow will be a medium, so if you have any allergies, make sure you are cautious when going outside. The predominant pollens will be oak, hickory, and birch. That's a look at your local weather. Back to you, Ariane.
Thanks, Shelby. Coming up, Pierce Mack has the latest NBA highlights.
And he'll tell you how the Braves did in Arizona. Stay with us.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. A big night last night in the NBA playoffs.
Pierce Mack is standing by with the latest update. Pierce?
Thanks, Ariane. It was a very busy night for the NBA playoffs. Let's start out with the game between Memphis and Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant and the Thunder looking to tie the series against the Grizzlies. Kevin Durant hits a three-pointer out of the corner, and the Thunder are trying to make an early statement in the game by going up by 17 in the third quarter. Grizzlies get back into the game in the third as Kevin Martin loses the ball, and Tony Allen comes up with the ball and the basket that ties the game and down by 2 points. Kevin Durant drives to the basket for the layup that ties the game with just 6 seconds left in regulation. Grizzlies take over in overtime as Zach Randolph grabs the rebound and goes back up for the basket, and the Grizzlies have the biggest lead of the game. With time ticking away, Marc Gasol hits the mid-range jumper to secure the lead. Grizzlies hang on to make the win and make it a 3-1 lead in their series with the Thunder. Kevin Durant had 27 points, Zach Randolph had 23 points, Marc Gasol had 23 points, Mike Conley had 24 points. Last night, the Miami Heat took on the Chicago Bulls Game 4 of the NBA playoffs. The Heat got off to a hot start and continued to keep the pressure on the Bulls as they plummeted Chicago to take a 3-1 lead in the series. LeBron James almost messed around and got a triple-double when he totaled 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists in Miami's win. A crucial Game 6 is scheduled for Wednesday in Miami. Now taking a look at baseball, the Atlanta Braves are still out west. Let's start the highlights in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th, Miley pitching, Dan Uggla hits a sacrifice fly to center, and Evan Gattis scores to tie the game 1-1. Miley pitching at the top of the 6th with Chris Johnson homering to left field. Brian McCann scores and makes the score 3-1. The Braves went on to win the game 10-1. Atlanta's record is currently 22-16, and they are currently sitting on top of the NL East. Their next game is at Arizona with the second game of their 3-game road trip. And tonight, the Lowndes Vikings host the Roswell Hornets in the 6A state quarterfinals. Come out to Noel George Field at 4:30 to cheer on your Vikings. With News Valdosta, I'm Pierce Mack. Back to you, Joanne.
Thanks, Pierce. Coming up, a local student makes a big donation to Locks of Love.
And how much would you pay for the secret recipe to Coca-Cola? We'll have that when we come back. Stay with us.
I got my MBA online at VSU. As a working mom who travels on business, I needed an MBA program that fit my schedule and allowed me to balance both my work and home life. VSU's Web MBA was perfect. I was able to spend time with my family in the evenings and then complete my assignments. My MBA is one of my greatest accomplishments. It was hard work, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. Don't wait. Start your MBA today.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child. Give. Advocate. Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. A Pine Grove Middle School student has cut off 14 inches of his hair that has been growing since he was 6 years old.
14-year-old Ian Lamp had 8 years' worth of hair trimmed off in a ceremonium in the school gymnasium. 600 of his classmates watched as Ian donated his hair to Locks of Love. That's a charity that creates hair pieces for children diagnosed with cancer. The school's outside linebacker was recognized for his lengthy blonde hair so much that people nicknamed him Clay after the NFL player Clay Matthews.
According to Humane Society, 4 million cats and dogs are put down in U.S. shelters each year. Here in Valdosta, Charles Devane founded the animal rescue program BARK in 2008. The purpose of BARK is to find stable homes for homeless animals in local area. In the past year, Devane saved well over 500 dogs, plus he educates 5th through 8th graders on how to properly care for their animals. For more information on animal cruelty, you can visit the Humane Society's website.
And finally, a Ringgold, Georgia native is convinced he has found the world's secret Coca-Cola recipe. Cliff Kluge and his wife found the supposed recipe in a box of letters they bought at a recent estate sale. Officials at the World of Coca-Cola Atlanta say the real Coke formula is safely locked away in their vault, but Kluge disagrees. The Georgia man is currently asking for $15 million for the recipe on eBay.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Ariane Griffin.
And I'm Joanne Ewell. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.